Hi everyone, it's me. All right, we're going to go over the rest of our questions. So we're going to start with number 16. For number 16, you need to give a fraction and a decimal to describes this picture. So let's count and see what we have so far. Now, it is a 10 block. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I shouldn't say a 10 block. I should say it is divided into tenths. So for our fraction, we know the denominator is going to be 10 because that's how many there are all together. And let's count how many shaded there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's our fraction, 8 tenths. So now our decimal, 8 tenths, we're going to put an 8 into the tenths column. And we can put a 0 there as a placeholder for the ones column. So that's our decimal, 8 tenths. Same question for number 17, except look, this is our hundredths block. So we know there are 100 boxes on this grid. So we know right away the bottom number of our fraction is going to be 100 because there are 100 boxes on this grid. So let's see how many are colored or shaded. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 100ths. 6 hundredths. 6 hundredths. So let's do our decimal. So we know we have nothing in the ones column, right? And now we have 6 in the hundredths column. But remember, this is the tenths column and this is the hundredths column. So we're going to put a 6 here. So what would go here? If you said 0, you would be correct. Because there's nothing in the tenths column, and then we have a 6 in the hundredths column. Alrighty, let's look at number 18. Actually, 18, 19, 20, 21 have all the same directions. Convert decimals to fractions or a mixed number. So we're going to say this decimal. 4, and now we remember, let's review what our columns are. This is the ones column. This is our decimal point. This is our tenths column, and this is our hundredths column. So it's 4 hundredths. So we're going to write that. 4 hundredths. Now here, 0 in the ones column, decimal point, and now we have 85 hundredths. 85 hundredths. All right, this one's a little bit different because it has a whole 2, a whole number 2, like there's a 2 in the ones column. So before we go any further, we know that's a whole 2. And now we have 47 hundredths. 47 hundredths. It helps it when you say it out loud because then you know exactly what to write for the fraction. And here we have a 1 in the ones column, so that's a whole number 1. Remember, this is called a mixed number because it has a whole number and a fraction, mixed number. So we have our 1, and then we have 94 hundredths. 94 hundredths. All right, so that was up to 21. So now we have 22 is a long question, so let me get it. All right, so this is number 22. It's one whole board for number 22. Now, I have to tell you, I printed my test out, and then I was writing it on the board. You know, I did that for yesterday, and I did it for today. And it was really hard for me to see these dollars and cents. I had to go back to the computer and look at it on the computer, and then I had to enlarge it on the computer. So if you had trouble, I hear you. I had trouble too, but I think I figured it out. So rather than drawing the bills and the coins out, I just wrote out their values. So let me read what it says at the top of the page. It says, Maria takes the money shown to the art supply store. So this is the money she brings with her. So let's figure out how much money Maria has first. So here are all our bills, and we'll add those up. So 0 plus 0 is 0, plus 5 is 5, plus 1 is 6, plus 1 is 7. So we have 7, and then we have 2 plus 1 is, there's nothing else there, so that's 3, and then our dollar sign. So her dollars is $37. Let's add up our coins over here. So we had 2 quarters, which are worth 25 cents. We had 3 dimes, which is worth 10 cents. And we had 3 pennies, which is worth 1 cent. And you see I wrote it out as a decimal. I know you'll be tempted to write it like this, but I'm going to let you in on a little secret. That's like a kindergarten, first grade, second grade way of writing money. We don't really write like that when we get to the upper grades. So you're going to always write with the decimal point. And you can put see here, I put a 0 in the ones column. So you can do that all the way down if you'd like. All right, so let's add this up. So we have 5 plus 5 equals 10, plus 0 plus 0 plus 0, still 10, right? Plus 1, 11, plus 1, 12, plus 1, 13. 3 down, put the 1 up. 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 2 is 5, plus 1 is 6, plus 1 is 7, plus 1 is 8. Bring the decimals straight down. Our ones column is all zeros. So she has 83 cents and she has $37. So over here, we're going to write how much she has. That way we don't forget. So Maria, hi Maria. Maria has $37. I'm going to write that on the top here. $37.83. So now the question says, and here are the supplies that she wants that I guess are for sale. There's watercolors, $8.78. There's watercolor paper, that's $3.45. And there's a tabletop easel, and that's $17.50. So part A says, does Maria have enough money for all 3 items? Well, I don't know. We need to figure it out. So let's add up our 3 items. Just out of, like, I prefer to have the largest number go first. So we're going to start with the $17.50. I feel like it's easier to add up when the bigger number is on top, because then you don't mess up your columns. Just my own personal preference. We know when we're adding, it doesn't matter the order, but I think a suggestion from me would be to start with the largest number, so it kind of establishes your columns. All right, and we'll go to the next one, which is $8.78, and then $3.45. All right, now we're going to add that up. I'm going to switch colors so you can see it a little bit more clear. 0 plus 8 is 8, plus 5 is 13. So we're going to put our 3 down, put our 1 up. 1 plus 5 is 6. Up, can we make a 10? We can. We can take our 6 and add it to 4. That's a 10. And then it's easy to add the 7, 17. Okay, before we go to that column, we have to bring our decimal point straight down. So this is our cents, remember. 1 plus 7 is 8. Oh, look, then we have 8 and 8. Double 8's 16, plus 3, 19. And 1 plus 1 is 2. So, if she bought all 3 items, it would cost her $29.73. She has $37. So does she have enough? And our answer is yes, she has enough. Yes, explanation point. She has enough money because she has $37.83 and it only costs $29.73. All right, part B. Maria finds an art book on sale for $12. Does she have enough money for all 4 items? Well, the 3 items were this much. We don't have to add all of these 3 again with the $12 because we already added these ones. So you're going to take this number, $29.73, and we're going to add $12 to it to see if how much would this cost? Alrighty, so let's add it up. I'm going to change my marker so we can see it a bit more clearly. 3 plus 0 is 3. 7 plus 0 is 7. Put your decimal point straight down. Keep it in line. Whenever you're adding up decimals, you have to keep those decimal points in line. 9 plus 2 is 11. Put the 1 down, put the 1 up. 1 plus 2 is 3. Plus 1 is 4. And it's going to cost $41.73 for her to buy all 4. Does she have enough money? This is how much she has. This is how much it will cost. No, she does not have enough money. Because this is how much it's going to cost, and this is how much she has. Alrighty, that's the end of number 22. I'm going to erase my boards, and I'm going to put 23 to 30 on our next board, and I'll splice the 2 videos together. Alrighty, see you in a minute. Bye. Alright, so we're on to number 23. Number 23 to 26, so this whole board says write a decimal to make the comparison true. Alright, so we get to fill in our own number. So chances are I'm not going to choose the same number that you have, which doesn't make your answer incorrect. It just has to make sure it falls in the right parameters. It makes it true. So 9 and 4/10 is greater than, so we need any number less than this. So we can leave the 9 and we can make this smaller, or we can make any of these numbers smaller. So I'm going to make this, I'm going to change it to 8. 8.3. So 9 and 4/10 is greater than 8 and 3/10. That makes it true. As long as your answer here is less than this number, you are correct. All right, so here it's 45 and 3/100 is less than. So we need a number bigger than this number. And it doesn't even have to have a decimal if you don't want it to. It could be 48. Or it could be 49.33. Or it could be 100. Any number that's bigger than 45 and 3/10. All right, so we want a number that's equal to 5 and 4/10. This seems like a trick question, right? So here are the 2 answers that you could have. You could have 5 and 4/10, or you could also have 5 and 40/100. That would be the same. So either of those would be right. All right, number 26, 8 and 10/100 is greater than what number? So you just have to choose any number that's less than this. So I'm going to say 7, because I know 8 is greater than 7. And I'm going to do 63/100. Now your answers for this one, and this one will most likely be different, and that's okay as long as it makes a sentence true. This, you have to have one of these answers because that's the only one that makes that one true. Okay, let's move on to the last 4 questions. I'm going to move my board. Hello. Okay. And this says, for questions 27 through 30, convert each fraction to a decimal. So we've been doing these, so this should come pretty easy. Remember, you're always going to say it out loud. 4/100. So there's nothing in the ones column. These are our two columns, right? This is tenths, this is hundredths. So we know the 4 is going to go in the hundreds. So what would go here? If you said 0, you were correct. 91 hundredths. We have 0 in the ones column, and now we have 91 hundredths. This is 9 tenths. 0 in the ones column, 9 in the tenths column. And then we have 2 hundredths. So we have 0 in the ones column. And now remember, 2 columns. This is the tenths, this is the hundredths. So the 2 is going in the hundreds column. So what are we going to put here? We can't just leave it blank because otherwise that would turn into 2 tenths, right? So we're going to put a 0 to show that there's nothing in the tenths column, but there's a 2 in the hundreds column. All right, so that's questions up to 30. That was the last one. If you are stuck on any of these, please put a star next to it if you want to go over any of them, because when we meet in our Zoom class tomorrow, we're going to practice all these again. Alrighty? Alrighty, see you later. Bye.